Hi, my name is Jen. I'm starting this vlog YouTube channel along with the blog I started. I think for me, it's therapy. This is just a way for me to process and get this. I don't even know what this is. Midlife crisis. Get it out of my system. I am 42 years old. When I say that out loud, I just can't believe it. In my head, I feel like I just graduated high school. And I keep thinking, tomorrow I'll get my shit together. I'll get a real job. I'll become financially responsible. I'll just get my life together. 20 years later, here I am. I am bankrupt in every sense of the word. Financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. My life is a mess. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a 42-year-old mom. My oldest is 23. I don't know how I didn't screw that child up. He is working full time. He got his associate's degree debt free, paid for the whole thing. He just bought a house. He has a whole retirement fund started. He has savings. He has 2 cars, both paid for. And he is a fucking good human being. He is amazing. It's the one thing in my whole life that I am most proud of. I have a 5-year-old who keeps me young. He is completely opposite of my oldest. My oldest is an old soul. Calm, kind, compassionate, gentle, quiet. My youngest, not so much. He's my fire. He's my fire child. I have a 17-year-old stepdaughter who hates me right now, hates everybody. She is the center of her whole world, which she should be because she's 17. um, and I'm in a partnership of 10 years that I'm struggling to keep together. Honestly, I don't want it anymore. And I struggle with the guilt of breaking up a family for my own happiness. And the fear of not knowing. I currently manage a chiropractic office, which I enjoy. I work like 30 to 35 hours a week. But I can't cover my own expenses. My partner and I pay our own expenses. Everything's split up. He pays for the rent, but nothing is combined. And I am not making enough money to pay for my student loans, my medical insurance, because I have no benefits through work. I was debt free as far as credit cards go, and I was in a car accident last year that wiped out the little bit of savings I had. And over the last year, I've had to use credit cards to help fill in that gap. So I'm now $68,000 in debt, mostly student loans, but I have about $1,000 of credit cards, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I make $24,000 a year. I have an amazing skill set, and my strongest suit right now is loyalty. I stick around for everybody else. But this is the start of my journey for being loyal to myself, for taking back my power, for creating the life that I want to live, for stopping the complaining of how miserable I am and take action. Like I own it. The only way it's going to change is if I change it. So yesterday I sent out about 5 resumes, and it was just wasn't a whole lot of planning, just saw things that looked interesting and sent out resumes. But this week the office I manage is closed, so I am going to spend some time really cranking up my resume and looking local. I've been contemplating moving back home, moving in with my dad, and possibly working for him for the summer. We could do a really mindless job that doesn't require a whole lot of effort on my part, and I could be outside. Which sounds kind of nice, to just kind of relax and stop the chaos. I just feel like everything's chaos. The other thing I've started doing is decluttering. Having a 5-year-old makes that really challenging. And having a partner that collects stuff. Sometimes I feel like there's no point, but right now our basement is full. I only have 5 bins down there that are mine. And my goal is the next couple of days to go through them and get it down to 2 bins. I feel stuck. I feel really stuck. And my cat's going crazy. I'm just stuck. My partner and I have been together for 10 years, going on 11. I left him 4 years in because I wanted to get married and I wanted to have a baby. And in all fairness, when we got together, I didn't want any of that. But when I turned 30, something really changed in me. And I had that desire to have a family life. And I really wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and raise my kids. And I moved out. And he came crawling back, crying and asking me to come back, and that's what he wanted. And in hindsight's always 20/20, I feel like it was a lie. I feel like I was duped. because the agreement was that I would stay home and raise our child. And that's just not what is happening. And now he's 5 and I've lost those years. And I really wanted to homeschool and start an online business. I don't have the time for it. Because if I'm not working, I'm taking care of our son and taking care of the house while he's off at band practice or doing photo shoots or editing videos. We did have an agreement that I had 2 days of the week that I can do whatever I want. He takes care of the kids and dinner and all that, but he still sits at his computer on those days. And if I was working from home, there was still a lot of distraction and interruptions, and it didn't work. But he gets his time. We're now doing 2 nights of band practice on what's supposed to be my night. And it all comes down to the fact that he says he's bringing in the money. And if I had the time and the space to put into my side business, I could bring in some extra money too. And the thing is he doesn't have that money. He doesn't get that money until those projects are completed, which is no different than I don't get that money until my projects are completed. But he doesn't see it that way. But I don't know. I'm ready for something new. So this is my journey into my new life, starting today. I'm going to post this on my blog. I've got a couple blog posts up there already. I'm going to take inventory of my life, starting with my daily tasks. I've just made a spreadsheet, and I'll link that below if you're interested in using it. I'm going to figure out where I'm wasting my time, where I'm most effective, and plan accordingly. It's going to take a lot of planning and managing to get out of this. And then next, after I hone in on my time, it'll be focusing on my financial situation, because that's going to be the challenge. Just take it one day at a time.